Yeah, that makes so much sense. And I think for those who may not be familiar with the root cause protocol, it is a lifestyle program. That's really what it's intended to do, and it's very focused on diet as well, as you know. The one thing that I would add to what you've said is that any detox that I'm familiar with requires energy, and most people are struggling with fatigue. And so I think I mean, I love the analogy. Take your car in to have the filters cleaned. It's so important to do that. Um, but I think the individual needs to be able to make the energy to support the detox. That's the I think that's been a missing piece of the puzzle for many years. And so I think there's real symmetry in terms of the approaches. And as I look at the community of well, there are really two communities within the RCP. We have a broad global community, people who've heard about it, read the book, follow the various stops and starts of the protocol. And then within that broader community, there's a subset, it's just under 1,000 people who've actually taken the training. Um, but I think probably of that subset, what I'm really curious to know is how would they benefit in terms of their ability to help others by knowing about the live blood analysis or even doing the live blood analysis. As you've come to understand it with your decades of experience, how would you bring perspective to them that they are very comfortable with this program? We do blood testing, we do hair tissue mineral analysis, but I think what this offers is a very unique window into the activity of the body, activity of some symptomatic activity. Be interested to know what your thoughts are about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It is very interesting. It comes down really to that visual impact, seeing your own blood cells on a screen and,
Right.
compared to what they should look like. So that visual impact really is important, and it helps to, it's not so much about making a diagnosis, it's more about helping to make things tangible, the actual processes in physiology that are going on, to help make that more real and more tangible for people. Often the type of concepts that you work with in the root cause protocol, energy production, mineral balance, stress and the effects of cortisol and so on, are quite abstract to people and sometimes difficult to understand and
Yeah,
difficult to
that's
grasp.
right.
So, the sort of visual ability to see these things really just makes it a lot more real. Seeing those patterns, the cells being stuck together and moving sluggishly, just helps to get these concepts to kind of click into place and for them to understand it better. So that ability to use it as an educational tool,
Right.
to improve engagement in practice really is extremely valuable. And then, of course, there are many of the anomalies that we see in the blood relate directly to mineral balance. So those can be
Mhm.
used to actually track improvement during treatment as well. It's a very interesting area of overlap because the blood, is a very rich source of iron. The red cells really depend on
Mm.
iron. So iron
Right.
iron has been a very important issue in live blood analysis for a long time, as well as oxidative stress. So there's a strong overlap between the two that we can make use of in practice.